Hello, this is New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com. It's the 21st of November 2020, and here we'll take a quick look at the album by Trespass, Footprints in the Rock, which came out about 2.5 years ago, I think it was. And Trespass, of course, being around in the original New Wave of British Heavy Metal days, and Footprints in the Rock being, well, still relatively new release, I guess you could say. Before we look at it, if I could ask the usual favour, please, and that's if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be big help, really would, and appreciated, of course. And back to Trespass. So they were one of the original new wave of British heavy metal bands back in the early 1980s. And of course, back then, many bands all fighting for recognition. And you know, the monster that was back then, the Wobham, spat many a band out without making it, and that applied to Trespass back then. They're probably best known for One of These Days, which appeared as a much touted back then single, but unfortunate for Trespass, it didn't work out that way. But here we are, a few decades later, and here's yet more proof that bands from back then were extremely talented and still are today. And Trespass proved that with Footprints on the Rock, and original member Mark Sutcliffe is still there, making sure that things happen well. The album is jolly good indeed, straight ahead, brooding new wave of British heavy metal type stuff, and there's plenty of power to it as well. Momentum is an excellent opener, a steady riff and a drum beat drives it along, and there's a really catchy hook thrown in as well. Be Brave adds some proper muscle before Mighty Love gets straight into your head and stays there. It just doesn't want to leave. Prometheus is dark, brooding, menacing and powerful, and there's some really superb guitar work in both Prometheus and the title track Footprints in the Rock as well. We've got a little bit of power ballad going on in Little Star, which is quite deftly handled, and then that's just a slight variant from the real proper heavy stuff, because then we're straight back into that crunching riffage galore. Green Man is in that style, and then following Green Man are what to me are the two standout tracks on a standout album in Dragons in the Mist and Beowulf and Grendel. There's a mystical feel to some of these two songs as well, which to me is very Dio-esque, and that's a good thing. Twin guitars in full flow over some powerhouse drumming and some throbbing bass riffs, excellent stuff. Then we've got Weed and Music of the Waves, which move back into more traditional ground and close out an album which rocks from start to finish. It really does, and all those new wave of British heavy metal style references and influences are still there amongst all the up-to-date powerful stuff as well. Trespass certainly had the chops if they didn't have the breaks back in the early 80s, but with Footprints in the Rock, they've got a really excellent album which showcases their talents really well. I still listen to it plenty. I like it a lot. And so should you if you remember them from the original new wave of British heavy metal days, or just want to listen to some really proper heavy rock music. Excellent stuff. As always, there is a link to the album on Amazon in the description underneath the video, and a link back to the blog post if you'd like to read that. I would encourage you to do both, because Footprints in the Rock really is a good album. As always, I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe before you go, please. And as always, please take care.